Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1982, and we are still in Wizardry 2. When we last left off, I said I was going to do quite a bit of grinding. I've done some of that. As you can see, I do have a few items in front of me. We have helms, we have gems, we have a red gem. Most importantly, we have a blue tassel. I also have some strange coins, well, one strange coin, and one trilithium. We'll talk about what all of these do at some other point. What is most important is that I have a blue tassel. I'm technically not done grinding. I have much more work to do, but this is an important turning point in my level grinding. So, now that I have the blue tassel, I can board a ship. That is very important. So let's get out of the stats menu, and hey, look, there is a ship over, I'm going to say near Thailand. I'm technically in India right now. All right, so I'm going to move on to the ship and hit B for board. So now I am on board the frigate. And if I move around, you can see there's actually a second frigate. I'm going to press F for fire and destroy the other frigate. Now, this isn't a very important thing. This happens, I believe, every time. Every time you board a frigate like that, there's going to be a second one. Let's go back in. That's not what I meant to do. Let's go back into the stats menu. So, because I have the blue tassel, I can get on board the ship. That is important because the ship does not consume food when I use it. So, as I go around now, as you can see, the sound also stops when I am using the frigate, but my food consumption is now 0. This is going to be very important. Plus, I have the ability to use F for fire. I think I actually have to be on him. There we go. F for fire, and it will destroy enemies very, very quickly. So, using this, I can now complete my level grinding. As I look at all the enemies that are waiting for me here. There's just so many of them. There we go. Just come for me one by one. Thank you. And now I do have quite a bit of gold. I have lots of more experience. The experience is not really all that useful, but I'm not consuming any food. So the gold that I am getting at this point can be used to get me more HP. Now, I went to Lord British before. I actually went in the year 1990 AD. That is what the time door took me to. And as a result, I was able to pay him his 50 gold that he asked for. And I was able to get 300 HP as a result. So that is why my number is higher. The next number that he wants is actually 300 gold. So it was going to take a lot in order to get this to happen. But the frigate helps immensely. Without the frigate, I'm not sure I could actually handle this. But now I do have 148 gold. I have quite a bit of food. As you can see, I'm down to 559. So technically, I did lose one food along the way. But look at how much I'm getting in terms of gold now. This is what the frigate does for you. So I highly recommend doing that. Now I need to continue level grinding. I need to get a lot more HP. I need to get a lot more food. And I need to get a lot more spare gold. Not just gold in particular. I need spare gold. You might notice that there is, in fact, a dungeon over here. This is technically Greenland, I believe. We'll allow the orc to come to me here. There we go. This is technically Greenland. We could try to go into the dungeon and try to do what we did last game, which is go into the dungeon, then come back out, and assume that we're going to be getting more HP as a result. That is not how this game works. This game, the only way to increase your HP is to pay Lord British to raise it for you. So, at least that is what I'm told. I should point out that I was also told that the blue tassel only came from fighters, but I got it from a thief. So, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt. That is what I am told, though. There we go. Yeah, I'm down to 558 food, but I have so much more gold as a result of that. So I'm going to continue level grinding. My goal is honestly to get somewhere around 1200 HP, 1000 food, and 1000 spare gold. I might try to level up my weapons as well. I do have a bow. I can do better than that, but we'll see how much it... how long it takes, I should say, how much grinding it takes to get everything that I want, and we will see what I want to do on the other side of that. So, I will continue to do my level grinding. As you can see, I'm now a level 1 female elf cleric. That does not do anything for me. It's almost as if it's a score. It's almost like a high score in this game to have the experience. But I will be back when I have done even more level grinding, and hopefully things will work out well for me here. And now that level grinding is done. As you can see, I am now a level 6 female elf cleric. I have a lot more work to do, but for now we should be good to go. I have done some work off screen, as you might be able to tell. I have upgraded my weapon to a sword, and I have a ton of items. That's the things that you can see right now. We should talk a little bit about the items. The first thing is that based on at least the version that I'm playing, my experience, and some of the information that I'm able to find from other people that have played the game, the important stuff really drops from thieves. I would say that the manual and the game itself both kind of imply that it's supposed to drop from fighters, but at least the blue tassels and many of the other important items, they drop from thieves. So if you're trying to specifically figure out which enemy to kill on the world map, which doesn't make a lot of sense as you keep going, but if that's what you're trying to do, I would focus on thieves. They're the ones that are going to drop what you need. I do have 5 blue tassels at this point. You only need 1, unless you're playing this Japanese only port, the FM Towns port in particular, then you'll need multiple ones, but for us, we should be good, unless of course somebody steals all my blue tassels. So that's the most important item that we have seen to this point. We'll skip a lot of the other items because it turns out they're not all that important to us right now. That includes the skull keys, the brass buttons, the onks, and the trilithiums in particular. Those are for later in the game. It's nice that we have them, but we're not going to need them right now. The things that we do have, especially the things in the top right there, those torches, keys, and tools. The keys, we don't have any. It's not all that important. You kill guards in order to get them, the guards in town, and they will open the doors in town and castles. I don't recommend doing that, but if that's the way that you want to go with this game, feel free. We're going to ignore that for as much as I can. Then torches. Those get dropped from thieves and fighters, apparently. I haven't been paying that much attention to those. I ignite those, and then you can see in a dungeon. They're consumable items, so you're going to want a lot of those if you're going to delve into a dungeon, which we're not going to be doing right now, but we'll talk about that. The next one is the tools. Now, the tools, they're also for dungeons. They will prevent damage from traps. So you'll come across a trap, your player, the stranger, sometimes the player is called, your character will disarm the trap using the tool, but you'll lose the tools in the process. So you'll need a lot of those if you're going to go into a dungeon. Then we have some other items that are, once again, kind of important. Most of them drop from thieves. You get wands and staves. Those allow you to cast spells. If you don't have a wand or you don't have a staff, then you won't be able to cast the spell. So it's nice that we have those, but it also means that if you are a magic class, like we are as a cleric, you need to actually go out and level grind, even if you have the spell purchased. So a little bit of work. This game kind of requires a lot of work up front. Then we have boots. Boots, they reduce the probability of leg paralysis when you encounter a demon. There's a chance that they will paralyze your legs. Boots reduce the chance of that happening. Then there's cloak. Every once in a while, you'll encounter a devil. I have seen a couple of those. They have arm paralysis, which means that you can't attack. Leg paralysis means you can't move, but arm paralysis means you can't attack. And the cloaks will help prevent that from happening. Then there's also green idols. We haven't seen the enemy that caused that, so we will stay away from that for now. And then there are gems, green gems, and red gems. Those reduce the chances that your most important items get stolen. So if you have more gems, chances are nobody's going to steal your important items, or at least that's the way that it's designed. So the items, they are relatively useful. We'll talk about some of the more useful ones as we continue, but for now, I think that is good for now. All right, so let's get out of the stat screen and we'll take a look at my character as I'm in the boat. So I'm just going to move around in the boat because I found out that the food does go down when you pass a turn in the boat. If you're just driving the boat, then you're fine. As I kill enemies and try to still get stuff. You can see that my numbers are much higher than they used to be. I have over 1,600 HP. I have over 1,100 food. I have over 600 experience, hence level 6, and I have over 1,300 spare gold. Keep in mind, this is after I purchased all the things that I needed. Now, I was told that your HP gains, they are purchased from Lord British. We will actually go visit Lord British right now, speaking of which. Let's enter that. And we're actually now in Lord British's castle in 1423 BC. Where we were before was Lord British's castle in 1990 AD. It's a little different. So we'll explore a little bit here, and we'll talk to the people that are kind of important to talk to, as I feel like I waste my food anytime I go into town. The Wandering Bard asks, do you know the way to San Jose? Which is another song lyric. There's a lot of song lyrics in this game, but yes, do you know the way to San Jose from a Wandering Bard? Of course, there is no San Jose in 1423 BC, so it can be implied that this person also travels through time. It's a little weird. That happens quite a bit. But all my purchases from Lord British have only cost me 50 gold. So I was told that after my first couple purchases, it was going to increase the amount that I had to pay. That is not the case. Are you who I'm looking for? You are not. How about you? I didn't do it fast enough, apparently. There we go. How about you? Bishop Bob preaches, confess to Brother Antos. So we'll talk to him. Everything that I purchased from him cost me 50 gold. It was all 300 HP every time I did it. He increased me by 300 HP for 50 gold, which is a really nice price. Especially once I got the ship. Here's Brother Antos. Search the stars for my kin. So, Brother Antos is either from the future or an alien. One of the two. Just throwing that out there. Once again, I was told that after your first purchase, the price was going to go up and the amount of HP that you get was going to go down. It still might go down, the amount of HP that I get, but at least on the purchases that I made so far, it's all been 50 gold for 300 HP, so it lasts at least a ways. Commander Decker screams, is it soup yet? Isn't Commander Decker... That's a reference to Star Trek, if memory serves me correctly. I remember there being a Decker. I honestly don't have that in front of me on who Commander Decker is. But here we have Andre the French chef. I drink, therefore I am. We saw Andre the French chef in 1990 AD, so... I don't know, it's a little weird. That's obviously a reference to... Rene Descartes, I think, therefore I am, except Andre the French chef is a drunk, so he drinks, therefore he is. Which is not what people think it is. That phrase. I think, therefore I am, means more like I am in the process of thinking, therefore I know that I exist. That's what that phrase actually means according to Descartes. Anyway, Lord British here, as you can see, he took 50 gold from me and raised me another 300. Just throwing that out there. That's how I've been raising my HP. So we have way more HP than I actually need. I also have more food than I actually need, but I might purchase a little bit more food just to be really on the safe side. I don't want to screw this up. This is a game that I'm trying very hard not to screw up with. Now that we have explored Lord British's castle in 1423 BC, let's see what else is available to me in 1423 BC. Let's get on board and kind of drive around here. Here we can find North America. We can see Greenland up here. Greenland is kind of important. Yeah, I'm going to have to get hit there. You can see a dungeon in there. Right there is the dungeon. You can kind of see it 2 spaces to my right. Going into the dungeon and coming out, like I mentioned before, is not going to increase your HP. The only way to do that is... and he stole something. It's fine. I have so many things. Oh, that is a Bowron waiting for me down there. Oh, that is not good. He's going to get a sneak attack on me. There we go. Thief stole something. All right, well, we got him, and no real problem. Thief stole something, but I probably got a couple things out of killing them as well. But yes, that one dungeon in Greenland is not particularly useful to us at this point. That's not really how that works. All right, so we've kind of gone around the Arctic Circle at that point, hung around Scandinavia a bit. And wait. There we go. You lived? How dare you? Yeah, these demons, they get to me sometimes. Ah, the leg paralysis. How am I not? Thank you. How did that not work? All right, whatever. There's also a dungeon here in Brazil. I believe that's Brazil. You can see they really put the Amazon real big here. And here is a sea serpent. And here we can find a tower. We don't want to go into the tower yet. And all of what is basically the Amazon here. The Amazon is basically swampland, and that causes damage should you walk across it. So don't walk across that part. Before we go, the thieves keep stealing stuff from me. That did not happen a lot here. I do want to look at Australia, because Australia has a sign, and signs were very important in Ultima 1. They're not nearly as important in this game. So in the middle of Australia, in the middle of the outback, near Ayers Rock, I assume, the sign reads 1423 BC. Annos. 1423 BC just tells us what year it is. Board. There we go. And here we can see New Zealand. New Zealand did make the map, for those of you that are curious. We can go through Indonesia, Malaysia, Bali, all that kind of stuff. Before I do go, I do want to purchase a little bit more food. Just because. Because I can. This is the only place I can buy food in the time period. And then we will be ready to move on. Just because it just takes so much food to go through town. Like, as you can see, I wanted 1,000 food, and I only have like 100 to spare. So I'm going to buy like 2 or 3 things more of food. It's just kind of crazy to me how much food is important in this game because they grew the size of the towns. And the fact that getting a frigate is so important because it doesn't consume your food. We'll get another one. Why not? I'm here. All right, so... about 1,200 food, 1,900 HP. You can see how quickly things move once you get the frigate. And we can go here. You might remember that I had the horse. The horse is from a previous save. I have not used it here. It actually doubles your food consumption. It allows you to move faster, than the enemies on the world map here, but at the cost of double the food. And especially early on in the game, that is not advised at all. Okay, so I think we are ready to go here. Are you going to steal from me too? No, he didn't steal from me, but I got good stuff out of him. We are going to head through the time door. That one right there, which means we might have to wait around for it to repopulate once we actually get there. So we're just going to pass until it shows up, because passing, at least when you're walking, consumes less food than walking. There we go. And we've made it to 1990 AD. You might have noticed that I killed a sea serpent. That is relatively important because on the world, it spawns enemies at a relatively fixed rate. I'm kind of hoping to get something to spawn for me here, so we might just pass a few times until something spawns for me. 2 sea serpents will spawn, and then another pirate ship will spawn. So you kind of want to kill the sea serpents in particular if you can find them. Of course, right now, they're not really letting me go anywhere. We can go back to Lord British's castle. Why not? We have been here before. This is how we raised HP, or at least I showed how to raise HP the first time. But that's not necessarily what I'm here for this time. So we can go over here, back to the chapel. Remember that we saw Brother Antos there before, in 1453 BC. I don't know, if you ask me, I feel like coming to Lord British's castle in 1990 happens before 1423 BC most of the time, but a lot of people seem to think that this is like the second stage that you go to it. I don't know, just a little weird thing that I noticed. All right, we'll transact with him. It's Brother Antos again. Have you found my father? We met him 3,400 years earlier, so either he's a mortal, he's a time traveler, or a lot of people just like the name Antos. All right, let's head up here. And we will find Andre the Chef again. Remember, we talked to him. I believe we talked to him before, but yes, Andre the Chef is still here. Oh, I forgot to talk to somebody in the chapel. This is why I buy extra food. The French says, want some cold duck? Once again, the important thing about him is that he basically shows up in both time periods. So the implication is that there are time travelers that are around. That's at least the implication that you're supposed to be getting. You have to come down here for another reference. Where I believe that you're right in the middle here. Are you who I'm looking for? Yep, Sister Sledge sings "We Are Family," which is the artist and the song. "We Are Family" by Sister Sledge. It's a very popular song, I believe, of the 70s. Because I for whatever reason, I associate it with a baseball team. Probably because they associate it with themselves. But that's a whole different thing. Let's head up here. And we could talk to Lord British again, but we have already talked to him. There should be somebody here that's important. Fighter. That's not who I'm looking for. There we go. The merchant orders give the king a tribute. That is kind of the last important person here. He's the one that tells you how to raise your HP, but we're already at 1900. I believe we are good for now. I will need to eventually get up to, I believe, 20,000 gold, but we'll talk about that in a bit. What we need to do now is kind of get another ship, and that is not necessarily going to be easy because we're kind of trapped on the island as we are. And I thought that was the end. And not all the ships can always make it here. As you can see, we haven't gotten anything really to spawn. For the time being, let's go back to Port Boniface. There's not a lot going on here. Once again, you kind of steal from the food. There is another song reference I should find around here. Let's see, we have Chad Mads. I don't think you're the person I want to. The Sightless Sage says, oh, this is one of the people. Find the father, earn the ring. Another hint for us. But not necessarily something that we are going to be dealing with for a while. And by the time it matters, we'll have forgotten, to be honest. All right, standard wizard stuff. And I believe we need to go around and talk to you. Lady Mary Ellen pleads, beat me, kick me, tell me lies. Once again, another song reference. That is another song from... That one I'm not so sure about, but I believe that is the late 70s. Another song reference. There's a lot of them. Like Sister Sledge, We Are Family, I feel like more people know that song, but Beat Me, Kick Me, Tell Me Lies, that's probably not as important, or at least as famous as Family, as We Are Family. Maybe I'm just reading too much into song lyrics, but this is what they got for me here. Are you who I'm looking for? No, just a fighter. There we go, Ronald McDonald. Try our new ride through. Clearly a reference to McDonald's and their mascot, Ronald McDonald, who was around, but I wouldn't say he was necessarily very popular at this time. Well, no, there were Happy Meals. I don't know. When I think of Ronald McDonald, I think of the mid-'80s. But, you know, he's there. He's kind of always been there. They don't use him anymore. So now we're a little bit stuck. That's one of the issues. What I need to do is I might just want to go back to 1423 BC and then, yeah, I think that's the way that I want to go because nothing is spawning for me here. All right, so we'll go through the time door. Go through all that, and then board my ship. We're going to go back to South America here. Kind of near Argentina. You kind of saw it a little bit there. We'll go through the time door that spawns around here. There it is. And we'll go through this one. And now we're in the year 2112. Once again, the map kind of helps sort this out. We're in technically Northwest America. This is where, this is Canada up here, Alaska over to the right, to the left there, the Rocky Mountains down here. We'll just kind of wait here, honestly. We're taking a very specific path. And we're going to go through this again. And you might be thinking that takes us back to South America, which it does. There is a village in 2112 AD, but we're basically avoiding it. So we are back in South America, but we're not in 1423 BC. We are in 1990 AD. I'm not sure that they're really going to be able to show us that until we get up to North America here, but it does look a little bit different, and there is this. I do want to look for a ship, and I'm not sure that one has spawned for me here. But you can tell that things kind of look a little different than how they did the first time, and I'm really only speaking from experience from having gone through it so much. I don't like the fact that this demon's following me. There's not much I can do, though. We'll wait here. Attack and hope for the best. All right, got him once. Legs paralyzed. Saved by the magical boots, though. Not that time, though. Could you hit him? I'm losing so much HP. Yeah, this is why the ship is so much better. And I can't move. There we go. So he's trapped here. Once he starts running away, it's a little bit easier to take care of him. But anyway, here you can see that things definitely look a little bit different at the Bering Strait. I want to go up here. There we go. Then when he runs away, he doesn't go too far. And then I can kill him. All right, so I want to get another ship. That's kind of the thing at this point. And that's kind of why I ate up so much food. That I wanted to get another ship. Why I got so much food. Oh, there is a sea serpent there. That's not a good sign. I'm going to need to kill that. Otherwise, the pirate ship's not going to spawn for me. Come on. He's not going to run anywhere. So, I think he already tried to run. But he's kind of trapped there in the Gulf of Mexico. Alright, so we got a sea serpent dead. We will wait for you here. There we go. Then he can't go anywhere. Like, I get a little extra hits doing it this way, but it saves me so much time. We'll just wait for you. Yeah, I can't really do that, can I? There we go. Nope. It's so much easier when you have the ship. So much easier. All right, that's quite a bit of passing. We'll kind of explore around a little bit, see if something did spawn that I might be able to find out in the world. Looking for that ship. Like I said, you have to kill two... wow, where'd you come from? 2 sea serpents in a row. We'll chase you down until you back into me. Anytime you're ready. Oh, well, no, he was ready right there. I got sabotaged. Are you serious? Just hit the thing. It's an orc. And then we'll go here. There we go. Thief stole something, but I have so many blue tassels that I'm not entirely concerned about that right now. All right, so we waited for a bit. Hopefully that was enough time for a ship to spawn here. All right, I'm going to want you up here. And he stole something. He stole something else. I should keep an eye on it. What'd you steal? I still have 5 blue tassels. That's the really important thing. Everything else does not matter quite as much. All right, we have a fighter down there. That's not going to be good for me. There we go. Lock him in place. And then it's just a matter of rolling the dice over and over again. Hoping that he starts running. That something good happens. Come on now. All right, so he's not attacking me, at least for the time being, but that doesn't mean I can hit him. Seriously? How many hits? There we go. It's just never worth it. All right, let's try to explore around. Back to Scandinavia. There's the, what mountains would those be technically on this side? Well, they don't really want me to go down to Africa to Egypt there. On our right side is clearly the Himalayas, but on our left, I believe, are the Atlas and Alps. The Atlas Mountains? No, Atlas is Morocco. Either way, we've circled all the way back to where Lord British's castle is. But I'm not seeing the ship, and it should have spawned at this point. At least I should have hoped that it would have spawned at this point. Come on now. I'll wait for you, then attack you. Oh, we're just missing each other left and right here. I'll chase you down. Up. There we go. Oh, I thought that was going to kill him. Usually 2 shots is enough to kill the orcs. There we go. So yeah, now I'm just kind of looking for that ship. Anytime you're ready. I felt like I hung around Lord British's castle in England quite a bit. I can really only walk through quite a bit of Eurasia. You know, I feel like I've walked quite a bit. You can see Town Linda is not Town Linda. Well, Town Linda is not there either. Anytime you're ready. There we go. Jeez. Town Linda's not there. Legester's not there. But we have a few things that are available to us. We have a new tower available to us in 1990. But at this point, I'm just kind of waiting around for a ship to spawn and get close enough so that I can board it. And I didn't think it was going to be taking this long. There we go. Like, I'm getting a decent amount of gold. My food's not terrible. I can, of course, buy more food from Port Boniface as well. Like, there's a lot to do on that little island. But I'm just kind of waiting for something to spawn in the ocean so that I can ride it and kind of be set free. Our goal is actually the town that we saw in North America, which is San Antonio. Wait, another sea serpent. All right, I'm going to attack it this way. Because these things are pretty bad to deal with. All right, so we'll go down here, let the orc come back. Okay, and then we'll wait for you. Wait for you. There we go. And it doesn't go too far, so I can just kind of wait for him. Yeah, it's just kind of waiting a lot when I don't have the frigate, but I do need to take out the sea serpent here. And taking them out when on land, not on a ship, it takes so long. Like, there's definitely some times where I feel like he's getting a heal going over there, but I know he's not. But yeah, this is what it takes sometimes. Nope. Nope. There we go. There's another one. We're gonna get there. And you have to take him out in order to get the ship to spawn. Now we got a fighter showing up for me. All right, hit you. You can go away. No! Hit spacebar one too many times there. I just held the button down, waiting for people to show back up. Yeah, where this sea serpent's positioned, there's not really a better spot for me to be. At least not one that I am aware of. How are you not dead? Take out the orc. How is he not dead? That was 3 hits. Maybe they do get a bit of a heal. Yeah, that one should be dead. But yeah, when he's running away, I can't really go anywhere else. Anytime now. Yeah, there's not really anywhere else for me to go. Alright. Yeah, that orc should be dead. But yeah, if I go down, then bad things happen. Alright, so we'll do what we can here. So I can kill you. Down you go. At least get something out of this. Oh, look, more have spawned on me. Oh, I'm surrounded. I can handle this. All right, I'm going to take you down first. If I can land a shot. Okay, down you go. So where could I take the serpent to be better for me? I don't think there's really anywhere else for me to go. Because, yeah, then he just kind of goes up there. So I might be able to chase him out. Over here is better. So we'll wait for him here. Okay, he's past that. We'll hit him there. That might not have been the best. Okay, if I go this way and wait for him, can he meet me here? Kind of in north. Oh, there's 2 sea serpents, so I was told something that wasn't true again. It happens. All right, so I can at least hit you and kill you eventually. Anytime we're ready. All right, I got one. So we'll get you to go away from here. Eventually. This is a lot of work for not a lot of effort, like for not a lot of reward here. But it will pan out in the end. All right, so now we just kind of wait for you. All right, here we go. Now I can kill both of them. That took far too long. Let's wait for a bit. For a couple other things to spawn for me. And maybe the ship will have spawned. Because getting that ship is important. Feel like that orc should be somewhere where I can get him, but he's not. All right, so we'll head down here. There's the ship. That is what I want. Board. There we go. Fire. Done. All right, that took way too long, but I have myself my ship. That is what I came to get. That is vitally important. All right, so let's go visit the town. Yeah. New San Antonio, it's called. San Antonio, not necessarily one that I thought was new in 1990 AD, but then again, he was looking forward into the far-off future of 8 years from now. How you doing? Transact, pay your taxes. We do have stables over here. I am not interested in stables. but yeah, I can't find food or stuff like that here. It's a very niche kind of thing that I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. There we go. Pay your taxes, says the guard. Very important thing that I'm looking for here, but it's neither food, nor do I think it's equipment, if memory serves me correctly. Well, this Swashbuckler's Pub and Pizza. So you have food? Nope, he's a bar. So we'll tip 5. Why not? Aviators use skull keys. So there's your little tip on what the skull keys are for. Aviators use them, so we're going to need them for planes, is the idea. This is the hotel. Welcome to the Hotel California. Funny, they're letting me leave. I didn't think they were supposed to do that. That's another joke, because the Hotel California is another song reference, right? There's so many song references in here. But notice that, like, I can't really do anything at the Hotel California. But let's try to continue exploring, because, like I said, this is a very important city. And we're going to be spending a lot of time here. Took way too long for that ship to show up. My guess is that one of the other time periods that we had spawned a ship, and therefore that's why I had to kill 2 of the sea serpents in order for another one to spawn. Swim at your own risk. That's not the nicest thing. Let's see if I can find anything up here. Yeah, what is this? This is the pool? Just the pool. Fair enough. But now that we do have the pirate ship, we are, essentially good to go again in 1990 AD. We can go and purchase food from Port Boniface. What is this? Death and Destroy? Oh, it's a weapon shop, so I can get a weapons here, but not interested for now. We can essentially get everything that we need in 1990 AD as long as we have the ship, and we should have everything that we need there. All right, what do we have here? This is airport. Nope, they're just going to say, no, you can't deal with the airport yet. But there's clearly a plane in there. It looks like a biplane to me. But yeah, they're not going to let us deal with that yet. And we have YOLO. You might remember him from the first game. Can we talk to him? They're not going to let us talk from that side. YOLO, Gwen. Was Gwen in the first game? I believe they were. Nope. Yeah, they're just not going to let me talk to these two. All these people that look very important, and then I can't do anything with them. All right, so here is the prison as well. Very big town. But like I said, now that I have access to a ship, I don't nearly care as much about my food usage, even though it does feel like a waste, literally just to walk around. All right, so then we have access to the armor shop here. Should we need to upgrade. So once again, we kind of have everything that we need. We have weapons and armor. We have food and HP. The food and HP, of course, is back in England. But yeah, essentially we have everything that we need, but they're not letting me do the thing that I wanted to do. And that's the thing that's throwing me off. Those are doors, those capital I's, for the record. Yeah, I thought that it was the Hotel California, but I must be a little confused. So hold on for 1 second. Let me find out specifically where it is here in town, and I'll be right back. It is indeed the Hotel California. I'm just so used to transacting that I didn't do the right button for him. We have 2 clues for him. The first one was basically go to the Hotel California, and there was a village idiot in the village in 2112 AD. We didn't talk to him, but he said, offer the hotel clerk gold. that is a clue that we needed. So if we talk to him, he says, a clerk, welcome to the Hotel California. So we need to offer, which is O. Apparently I have to do it very quickly here again. Offer West, how much times 100? So we're just going to do 1 at a time here. 1. And he says Alakazam. Offer 1. No! We didn't do it right. Offer 1, Alakazam. Offer 1, Alakazam. That's what we want to see. Offer 1. Offer 1. Offer 1. Offer 1. You might notice that he keeps saying Alakazam. That's what we want to see. I don't like when he says thank you very much. I don't like that one bit. All right, we'll do one more. I'll leave myself with 200 gold. All right, so we offered him quite a bit of money. Why did we do that? That is a good question. So every time he said Alakazam, he upgraded one of our attributes. As you can see, we now have higher stats. We still have 12 strength, which is a little alarming to me, but that's okay. We're now up to 22 stamina, 24 wisdom, 38 agility, 33 charisma, and 18 intelligence. I believe that we got 12 stamina, 4 wisdom, 4 agility, 4 charisma, and 8 intelligence. This is how you raise your stats in the game. This is how that works. There are a couple limits, of course, that you want to get to. Basically, though, I'm going to want to get about 20,000 gold so that I can keep on bribing him to get my stats as high as possible. But there are some problems. Once you get to 96 on one of your stats, paying him again and having him increase your stats again will reset your stats. So if you have 96, it'll go to 0. If anything goes past 99, it goes to 0. So raising it by 4 at a time, which is what we were doing, it can get risky if you go too far. Also, remember that charisma and intelligence together, they combine to get you a discount in stores. Once you go over 160, suddenly it works in the other direction and you start paying an astronomically high price for all your stuff. So that poses an issue. At the end of the day, though, we have the setup that we need. Now we just have to go level grinding again. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be fighting pretty much everything I can in order to get more gold. I'm going to need more HP, more food, all that good stuff. But most importantly, I'm going to need gold so that I can bribe this guy into raising my stats. Every time he says Alakazam, one of my stats went up by 4. So as you can see, it's going to take some time. Once again, though, it's a little concerning that strength didn't go up because I definitely need that to go up. And I'm pretty sure, I'm very sure, at least based on the information that I was given, that I am playing the version where he can increase my strength. There's actually a patch for the version that does not allow that to happen, so I'm hoping I don't have to install that patch, but I think for now we are all right. So I'm going to board my ship and drive around and kill everything in my path. We can try to... Really? They got my legs from there? They got it again? Just all of you die. I need gold. I'm going to need so much gold. So the plan now is to try to level grind until I can get my stats increased. I'm going to be here quite a while. So I will take care of this again off screen. I'm not sure how long it will take. It might be some time if you're keeping up with the videos as they go up. It might take some time. There might be a gap between videos because this is taking me so long to get done. But I want to get up to a reasonable amount of stats. Hopefully enough to beat the game, because that annoys me. That has little to do with anything, but I can't really... Yeah, all right. Can I go anywhere? Are you going to do anything for me? My legs are still paralyzed. That lasted longer than maybe any of the other ones. Yeah, this is starting to get pretty tedious. So I'm going to take care of the rest of this off screen. I will be back when I have stats that I like a lot better than the ones that I have now. So that is going to do it for this part of Ultima II. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video when we can move around the world once again, hopefully with the boat. Thanks for watching.